Alright guys, we got the Honda Accord 2.0 Touring. This is the top trim, priced at $38,000. Here's your Honda key fob, lock unlock, auto start, trunk, and a panic button. This is the second to last year of this 10th gen Accord, with the 11th gen coming out in roughly 2 years or so. For 2021, they made some changes, some refreshes and tweaks. The front making it a little bit more aggressive. And these new wheels, 19-inch rims, which come standard on the 2.0 Touring trim. Here's the window sticker of the vehicle. Pause the video if you'd like to see more details on this Accord. And the back is just very sloped down. It's kind of almost lift back look in the rear. LED tail lights for the brakes. Everything else is incandescent. Opening the trunk, so you have a backup camera. 17 cubic feet of space. As well as dual exhaust. So let's unlock it. Keyless entry for the front door handles, as well as 2-person memory seats, 4-way lumbar, back support, bottom support. Since this is a touring trim, we do have a head-up display, and all driver's assistance technology is standard. Push button start. And the Accord comes to life. Looking around the interior, this is a digital display right here, as well as analog speedometer. You can control all your features via this side by hitting the home button and selecting which type of function you want. Just leave it in tachometer mode. Volume, voice commands, and you can control your head-up display right here. You can see you have RPMs as well as regular speedometer and what gear you're in. Dual zone climate control with heated and cool seats. This is your push button 10-speed automatic transmission with 3 driving modes. So right now we're in the standard. I'm going to hit sport, which you see it turns everything red, and you see your turbo boost gauge right there. And you have economy. Also want to mention the wireless phone charging, as well as 12-volt power outlet in the center console. So let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. So right now we're starting off in eco mode, just maximizing fuel economy. And it's a pretty good vehicle to drive as far as ride comfort goes, and just as a commuter car. Your 8-inch screen is pretty visible from the driver display. And you have a second 8-inch screen right here in the center. Your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation. Since this is a touring model, this does have the full host of driver's assistance technology, from lane keeping assist, blind spot, adaptive cruise, and so on. Can all be defeated down here by that button, as well as parking sensors, and you do have a traction control button. Looking around the interior, forgot to mention this panoramic sunroof. Road noise is fairly quiet, despite the 19-inch rims on this car. I'll show you guys the engine a little bit more when we get to our destination, but it has a 2-liter turbo engine that makes 252 horses, 273 pound-foot of torque, and it's mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission. This engine is found in the Civic Type R and is detuned, but from the results of what I've seen, this car can easily get to 60 in about 5 seconds or so. With the rain earlier, I don't think we'll be able to get in the low 5s, but I think probably upper 5s to 6 seconds, despite the rainy conditions out here today. But we'll talk about that a little later when we hit those back roads. Let's do a quick little 0 to 60. Highway speeds. That was just in regular mode. One of the problems with the 10-speed is you have a lot of gears to get down to that right gear. So you may be like, if you're like 8. But boy, this car handles a back road. Brakes aren't half bad either. The only thing I think hampering this car a little bit is the lack of an all-wheel drive system. But you know, this car is fairly good at putting the power down when it's dry outside. Your steering isn't bad either. Has pretty good feedback, response, and also has some heft to it as well. Let's do another acceleration. Put it back into normal mode. Put on the steering assist. The car just goes along about its business. The car is rated to get about 22 city and 32 in the highway, and roughly 26 combined. think we should do one more acceleration. Brake boosted smidge. So at 53 miles an hour in 9th gear. So I reckon at about 60 miles an hour, you should be at least at 10th gear. All right, I'll catch you guys on the exit ramp onto the highway in a second. All right, so we're hopping on the highway right now. After driving in Eco for a few minutes, it's a pretty good cruising to just drive around and get maximum fuel economy. It's pretty quiet and fairly refined. Put in a sport for a minute. Put it back in the eco mode and try out the driver's assistance. So you do have lane keeping assist, so it'll keep you in the steering wheel. Here, I can feel it pulling back. Let's try this side. Just pulling back. And then we're also going to try the adaptive cruise control, which you hit by hitting this button under the head-up display. Set at 62 miles an hour, so we'll move it up about 75 and decrease the distance to about 2 vehicle gaps. When we let off the accelerator and brake, it'll follow that car in front of us right here. Go all the way down to 1 vehicle length. At about 66 miles an hour, everything is fairly quiet and calm. I don't have no rattling or nothing going on in this vehicle, and granted, it's not like luxury car quiet, but for the class, it's pretty good. Now, I have driven the Camry and the Sonata inline, and surprisingly, this car is leaning definitely on the Sonata inline spectrum. As far as like steering goes, the steering is very heavy, responsive. And surprisingly, this is no Type R version, so that's what makes it even more better. It has that comfort factor, but unlike the Sonata inline, which was a little bit too sporty, like you had the summer tires, which was inefficient for winter time, so you had to get some other tires. And you also had the DCT transmission, which was a little lurchy, kind of like in my Veloster N sometimes. We like going up a hill, it's kind of lurchy. This 10-speed is a lot better overall than the 8-speed DCT. As far as smoothness goes, the 8-speed DCT for shifts is a lot faster. But this is actually not too far behind it, the 10-speed automatic transmission. All right. So let's go outside and see the vehicle. I'm also going to pop the hood, which is a pull out. I'll show you guys under the hood. This is your 10-speed automatic transmission under here and your 2-liter turbo engine. You also do have a nice old school prop rod. There's your battery and air filter. Let's check out the back seats real quick. Now at 5'6", I got plenty of leg room, as you can see. The rear seat passengers also get 3-stage heated rear seats. Unfortunately, the windows aren't automatic, and you do have 2 USB ports and some air vents, as well as mat pockets back here. And some lighting. And the armrest with 2 cup holders. So that is going to conclude my video on the 2021 Honda Accord 2.0 Touring. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Chris on Cars signing out.